Hello everyone, today we'll talk about AWS DynamoDB. It is a fast, flexible NoSQL database service for all application that needs document and key value store model. It is a part of Amazon Web Services portfolio. It is scalable, fast and flexible. It is suited for heavy read application, which means that if your application needs intensive reading, then you need to use DynamoDB as your database. It is stored on SSD, which means that you will get great disk throughput. It reflects changes fast on all the machines. In this video, I will show you how to scale, create a table, and add items to perform some query to get the desired output. So let's get started. This is the AWS homepage. You need to sign into console to use the AWS services. You need to enter the password if you are returning user, or you need to create a new account if you are using the service for the first time. As I'm a returning client, I will log in using my password. This is the AWS Management Console. Look for the DynamoDB service in the search tab, or you can directly navigate from this link also. This is the DynamoDB homepage, and if you need to create this, you will get this if you haven't created any tables, or if you have created a table, you will get your table name here. So I've not created any table, so I need to get one. So I'll click on the create table link. This is the page where I need to define my table name and the primary key, and if you wish, you can change some of the settings, but for this I won't change any of the settings. So I'll put my table name as test. Partition key, I'll use it as first name, and then I will click on create. This shows that my table is being created. These are some of the details that we just fill in the previous step. The name of our table is test, and the first primary partition key is first name, which is a string. This shows us the creation date and the time. This is the timestamp, and this shows the capacity units, the read capacity and the write capacity unit. There are 5, which is by default 5, and it shows that auto scaling is disabled. These are some of the menus or the items that tell us more about our table. So let's get into the table and add some of the items. So this is our table, and once we create our table, it shows the table name, the status of the table, the first name. If any of the sort key, then they shows the sort key. So we'll start test, and we need to add few items to it. So we'll add items. We go to the item tab and click on the create item. This helps us to create the item. So first name I need to write and then if I want to add my last name, I will add string as last name, and the value will be, this is one entry. If we click save, we get it over here. This is the first name and the last name. Likewise, we can add another table and another entries. For another entry, we'll click on again on create item. First name we'll put as David. We'll need to get the last name as Miller, and then click on, and then we'll add one more item to this. We'll add his position. That would be his, he's a manager, and we'll click save. This gives us David Miller is a manager. Well, for mine, I don't have a position. So you can add number of columns and number of attributes you want to add, irrespective of, like, it's not necessary that you need to add it over here also. It can be left blank. So likewise, I'll create 3 or 4 more entries. I've added one more entry for Ross Geller with his phone number, leaving the position. So this is the entry, this is the database entry that we have created. If we want to search, we can either use the scan or we can use the query. We'll use the query. So we need to find first name, which string is enter value. I'll write my name, so that's Hita, and then I use start search. So only my name will be displayed and David and Ross will be not displayed. This is only my name is displayed. So like this, if we use David, the my name won't be displayed, only his name will be displayed, David Miller, and the position. We can use this by scan also, scan and table name first, and add filter attribute first name with string equals to, and then start search. My name will be there. So it's for, like, if I have 2 or 3 first names as Hita, then they'll show me with first name Hita and last multiple names. So this is the use of scan and query. Both of them are same thing. It's just in scan you need to specify the attribute name along with the value, and in query you just have attribute name will be by its own. The first name is the attribute name. You just have to specify the values over here. The matrix column here shows that the read and write capacity, which means you can get an idea where you are paying too much or where you need to pay more. For here we have the capacity as 5, each read is 5 capacity and write is 5 capacity. Alarms, it is for us, it is basically for us. It shows that if it exceeds 4, the threshold exceeds 4 for 5 minutes, like 4 for read and write capacity each for 5 minutes, it will notify us. Then capacity here is, you can change here. So if this means that if there's 5 read capacity units and 5 write capacity units, then $2.91 per month is the estimated cost. If we change it to 1 each, I don't know why I can't change. 1 each, read capacity is 1, and if we need to check the capacity or if we need to change the capacity, we can either do it directly from here or we can use the capacity calculator. This shows, if we want, you can change it. Currently it shows 12 read capacity and 13 write capacity. So if I change it to 1 each, it shows 0.59 per month. So $0.59 per month is the estimated cost per table per index. If we create a higher number, that is 100, it shows 53.20 per month. So likewise you can change the capacity. Sometimes it is like you need more capacity units for read and less for write. So you can do whatever you want with the capacity and you can pay according to your needs. So this is the main advantage of DynamoDB. Another thing is it backups. The current, I don't have any backup right now, but if you have a backup, you can create a backup over here. So all of your this data will be reflected back in your backup, and if any of the changes you make in this table, all the changes will be reflected in the backup. So you get an option to restore backup if any of the things, if any of garbage or a problem happens to your this table, you can always restore your backup table, and also you can delete your backup table. Then yeah, that's it. And this is, there's a table, yeah, there's a tab for reserved capacity, which means that if you already know that you are going to have a table that is going to be there for a longer time and it is going to require more memory and more read and write capacity, then you can reserve this table, and you can purchase this reserved capacity, which would be much cheaper, and in this way you can purchase the capacity as your wish. So this is the dashboard, which shows that currently 5 of the capacity is used and we don't have any reserved write or read capacity. This is the table that we have created. This shows active, the partition key, first name, last name, and the items are over here, displayed over here. That's it. Thank you for this. This is an you can just remember that it is an instantly scalable and non-SQL database. Thank you.